So tonight I'm going to ask you guys a few questions about what if. What if you're out checking out some of the trails out here? They are gorgeous, but some of them are kind of out in the boonies. And it's unlikely that you'll get lost, doing the nature center, but you might get lost doing some of these other ones that go several miles out. Are you prepared to survive? Can you survive for a few hours? Can you survive for a few days? If no one finds you for a few weeks, can you survive? At a more extravagant example, what if some scientist is messing around with the monkeys again and starts the zombie apocalypse? Can you survive? Can you keep yourself alive? Can you keep your family alive? Do you have the training that it's going to take? So there are 321 million people in the U.S. as of July 4th, 2015. This is according to the census. And not very many have very much survival training. I combined the amount of veterans there are in the United States. According to InfoPlease, they came up with 19.3 million veterans who have had basic survival training for the wilderness. And I combined the Boy Scouts of America, because I gather they do some survival stuff as well. And that's going to be 2.4 million, including adults. So out of the U.S., you can see that's not very many. That's 21.7 out of 321 million. That's not really enough people. If something happens, we need people to survive, and that's not very good odds. One of the first things that can kill you, according to the National Park Service, is going to be hypothermia. Hypothermia is one of the #1 outdoor killers. It can strike quickly, and if you don't have shelter, it can kill you in temperatures up to 50 degrees. Water is another big one. You can get dehydrated and die from dehydration in 3 days, according to the Wilderness College. There's an example, a recent news story. A guy in Utah, Boulder, Utah, he went out on a nature expedition and died in the second day because he did not have enough water. He did not drink. Not only do you need to know how to find the water, you need to know how to purify it, because that can also make you sick and or kill you. Next up is food. Does anyone know who this chick is? Oh, I'm so sad. All right, well, this is the female tribute from District 5. Anyone know what killed her? Poisoned berries. She was not able to identify a food as poisonous. Can you? Which of these is edible? Which of these is safe to eat? Which will kill you dead? According to the Wilderness College, you can survive up to 3 weeks without food. And 3 weeks is a lot of time for someone to find you, but when you're on week 1.5 and your stomach is trying to eat you, you're going to go out and you're going to try and forage. You need to be able to identify foods that are going to kill you or foods that will keep you alive. The American Association of Poison Control Center did a report in 2013, and out of the U.S., 46,000 people were exposed to poisonous plants. That is a lot. By the way, these are all poisonous. Please don't eat any of them. Next is fire. Even if you find a location that is warm enough to keep you alive without a fire, fires are great for smoke signals. People can find you super fast if you send up a smoke signal. But you need to learn how to control your fire. I mean, not only make your fire, you have to control it. Otherwise, you'll burn down half the wilderness while you're in it. That's not going to help you survive. So let's say you go out and you get the training necessary. You've built yourself a little shelter. You found some edible stuff. You even started a fire. You're near a stream. That's great. You have managed to catch a fish and you're cooking it. And here comes a zombie. Can you still defend yourself? My belief is that you need to be able to survive and defend yourself, because not only are there zombies out there, there are mountain lions and bears and chupacabras, honey badgers. They will all get you. You need to be able to defend yourself. Ooh, there we go. Everyone knows that the easiest way to kill a zombie is with a crowbar. Everyone knows that. Maybe not everyone, but I personally would prefer to kill a zombie before it's close enough to nibble my bone. And that requires distance. I believe that, where am I? I'm totally lost. Right. Distance. In order to use the distance to your advantage, you need to be able to competently use a firearm. You're not going to be any good fighting a zombie or a bear if you shoot your own foot off. So I made another graph. Again, 321 million in the United States. And I combined, again, veterans, and this time I also combined concealed carry permit holders, because concealed carry permit holders in all states except 5 are required to do a safety course. There are 11.1 million active CC permits in the United States. So again, that doesn't come up to very many people who know how to safely and adequately use firearms. Nearby, there's a lot of schools that are easily available to you guys. The first is Hiking the Ozarks. That does basic and intermediate for $30. They are literally, I think they're here in town. Super great school. Next is going to be the Sigma 3 Survival School. They are a lot more advanced. You can get courses from the basic all the way up to a civilian SEER course. Super interesting. SOF USA, they do firearm training, which again I believe is a necessary part of survival training. And finally, to accommodate the zombies, there is a zombie survival camp. The zombie camp does all 3 of the others. It does basic survival. It will teach you how to build a fire, how to forage, how to get water. They will also teach you how to shoot firearms. And then they let you loose and let some zombies chase after you. Super fun. Go back. So, in conclusion, I did not write enough on this. In conclusion, it's very important to get survival training. You need to know how to keep yourself alive. I sincerely hope that no one's in a situation that they ever need their survival training, but life happens. And it's easier to go out and spend the $30, get a bit of training, and be prepared, than to be stuck in the wilderness with this guy asking if you want 2 brains and chill. That's my conclusion.